Boston, Massachusetts, January 17, 1950. A quiet winter evening settles over the city, and few people realize that history is about to be made inside one of the most secure buildings in America. The Brink's security depot was considered untouchable. Behind its heavy doors lay millions of dollars in cash and checks, protected by layers of locks and routine. Inside the vault, money waited in organized stacks, guarded by time, steel, and confidence. No one believed this place could be robbed. Security guards followed their nightly routines, checking doors and locks, unaware that someone had already studied every detail of their movements. Armored trucks arrived and departed as usual. Everything appeared normal, predictable, safe. From the outside, the building stood quietly against the Boston skyline, a symbol of security that few dared to challenge. But for Anthony Pino, the challenge had already begun years earlier. Pino studied the building carefully, planning in silence. Every schedule, every habit, every weakness was noted. He wasn't alone. Joseph Specs O'Keefe listened carefully, understanding that this job required patience more than force. Stanley Gashiora brought strength and intimidation to the group, prepared for whatever the night might demand. John Banfield focused on the escape, because in a robbery like this, getting away mattered more than getting in. Together, the men gathered around a table, turning an impossible idea into a carefully planned operation. The planning lasted months. Pino marked layouts and memorized the building as if it were his own. Locks were studied and duplicated in secret, each step taken without raising suspicion. The crew practiced their movements repeatedly, driving through Boston's streets to perfect their escape. Every man had a role. Every movement had a purpose. O'Keefe watched the depot from a distance, learning routines and waiting for the right moment. Night after night, the crew rehearsed until the plan felt effortless. Finally, the night arrived. Wearing pea coats, chauffeur caps, and rubber masks, the men approached the Brink's depot under cover of darkness. Inside, employees were quickly restrained. The operation moved with calm precision. Pino opened the vault using duplicate keys, proving that preparation had defeated security. Cash was moved quickly. Boxes passed from hand to hand in silence. Within minutes, the money that once seemed untouchable was gone. The getaway truck disappeared into the snowy streets before anyone realized what had happened. Morning brought confusion. Police searched the depot for answers, but evidence was scarce. Only small clues remained, a discarded mask and tape left behind in the snow. Detectives worked tirelessly, but the robbery revealed almost nothing about the men responsible. Weapons were later discovered in the Mystic River, abandoned and rusting beneath the water. Pieces of the truck were found in a dump, but still no direct link to the robbers. As time passed, the crew believed they only needed to stay free for 6 years to escape prosecution. But time also created tension. O'Keefe found himself arrested for an unrelated crime, sitting alone in a holding cell. Meanwhile, anger and distrust began to grow among the crew. When Pino refused to help pay for O'Keefe's legal defense, loyalty quickly faded. Soon, violence followed. O'Keefe narrowly survived attempts on his life. Feeling betrayed and fearing he would be killed, O'Keefe made a decision. He chose to talk. The call to the FBI ended years of silence. In 1956, just days before the statute of limitations expired, federal agents moved in. Arrests followed across Boston as the crew's perfect plan finally collapsed. O'Keefe confessed, revealing details that investigators had searched for years to uncover. One by one, the men were taken into custody. In court, the story of the Great Brink's robbery unfolded before the public. Most of the crew received life sentences, ending one of the most daring robberies in American history. Yet even after the convictions, the mystery remained. Some of the stolen money was later discovered hidden behind a wall panel by an associate known as Fat Joe, but most of the cash was never recovered. Boston moved on, but the unanswered questions remained buried in time. Investigators could only speculate about where the missing money disappeared, and as the years passed, the Great Brink's robbery became legend, a story of precision, betrayal, and a mystery that still hasn't been solved.